Good evening, everyone. This is RailFan89 here, and in today's run, this is episode 3. In today's run, I'll be featuring the City Lights scenario, where I drive a locomotive, the ACS-64 locomotive, from New Rochelle to New York Penn Station. So now let's begin the run. For the purposes of tonight's run, I will be featuring. I'll be operating this train with the 8 automatic train control and ACS signaling system. So it says, "Welcome to New Rochelle." I'm heading over to track 4 right now. Let's see. Actually, you know what? Before we enter the train, let's get a picture here. This is a nice picture. See, there's an outbound train over there approaching New Rochelle. Yeah, this is a pretty nice station, actually. Okay, so now let's begin heading over to track 4. Yeah, I like the detail of the station. It would have been nice if they extended this route over to Stamford or New Haven. Hopefully at some point in the future. Okay, so there's the Amfleet coaches. Now I'm about to enter the cab. Okay, so this is locomotive number 605. Close the door. Let's enter the engineer's seat. So we're gonna begin by setting the reverser to forward, but before I do that, I'm gonna turn on the alerter and the in-cab signaling system. So let's turn that on. AC, SCS, ATC are on. Let me turn the alerter on, and now let me set the reverser to forward. Let's unlock the doors. So let's unlock on the left. Okay, so now, as you see here, with the signaling system, it says that we can proceed at 45 miles per hour. So if it says that the track speed's 80 miles per hour, no matter what, it's important that we follow this cab signaling aspect to avoid any issues as we're going through the run. So let me lock the doors. Yeah, so we always have to follow the indicated speed limit here with ATC and ACSES. Okay, so the signal ahead is called approach medium. Okay, so now before we begin, it says set the automatic brake to release and apply powering using the master controller. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the brake to release. And then I gotta apply the throttle. Let me open up the windows and let's start. Oh, the desk lights, console light. Let's turn that on. Okay, so it's important to maintain the speed limit. So in a few hundred yards, I'm gonna make sure that I move at 45 miles per hour. To our right is Metro North's New Haven line. Eventually that merges on to the Harlem line. Okay, but we're going on the Northeast Corridor route. So up next we'll be going through the northeastern parts of the Bronx. Okay, let's brake. Okay. Maintaining the speed limit. So we have to be at New York Penn Station by 7:14. Okay, so we're clear for now, but I gotta maintain the speed limit. So now let's go at the indicated speed limit, which is 100. Now I see in about half a mile the speed limit's gonna change to 80. So let me reach up to 80. Okay, we have about 25 minutes or so to reach Penn Station. To our right is Interstate 95. So I'm gonna aim for 80 and then I'm gonna coast the train. Let's reduce the throttle. There we go, 80. Okay, in a few moments I'm gonna begin gradually slowing down the train for our next indicated limit, which is 45 miles per hour. So let me start slowing down. Okay, we should be in the northeastern part of the Bronx now, near Orchard Beach. Okay, there's Co-op City in the distance. BRR signals. My goal is to not exactly be right at the the posted speed limit, but be slightly under, just in case there's any like sudden changes in the speed limit. I have enough time to brake. Okay, so we're in the Bronx now. So now in the distance is the overpass for Interstate 95, and soon we'll be reaching Pelham Parkway and Eastchester, or the Morris Park area of the Bronx. So I'm gonna go around 50, no, 60. Okay, that's good. This is the Hutchinson River Parkway we just passed. Okay, so 11 miles to New York Penn Station. Let's maintain the speed. A few hundred yards, we can proceed to 70 miles an hour. Yeah, but I'm impressed overall. We're keeping good performance with this route. It's moving nice and smoothly. So I'm gonna keep this speed. For our next limit is 65 miles an hour. Now I will definitely say one thing, for the Northeast Corridor route, as well as Long Island, as well as the Long Island Railroad route, it's critical to understand how these PRR style signals work, because each of the signs in the signal, like for example, I believe it's straight. It's like 3 dots in the formation of a 1 or an L. That means you're clear to proceed. Now I believe when there's a slash, the speed limit decreases by 15 miles per hour, and if there's a dash, that means that the signal's red basically. Okay, so now we're in the sound view section of the Bronx. Okay, so let me start braking to 55 miles an hour. And there's Westchester Avenue and the 6th train in the distance. A little bit of lag here, I guess, because of all the details. Okay, so this highway to our right above is the Bruckner Expressway, and that goes all the way down to the South Bronx, soon turning into the Major Deegan Expressway. There's a few CSX trains, freight trains over there. This is the Hunts Point area of the Bronx. A lot of passenger and freight train action over here. Okay, that bridge in the distance you see is that's the Hellgate Bridge. That'll bring us over into Queens, as well as the RFK Bridge you see right past the Hellgate Bridge. Now, to our right below is the Oak Point Terminal for CSX. Okay, we're on an incline here, so I gotta maintain the 40-mile-per-hour speed limit. I have to keep the throttle increased at 4. Okay, now let's advance to 50 miles per hour. Oh, nice city skyline. So we have about 12 minutes to reach New York Penn. What I may do when entering the East River tunnels, just to make sure that I'm on time, I may disable automatic train control as well as ASCES, so that way I can make it around the 7:14 mark. Because keeping this signaling system on will only allow me to operate in the tunnels at 30 miles per hour. Okay, so now we're in Astoria, Queens, and in a few moments we'll be merging on with the Long Island Railroad into Long Island City / Sunnyside. Okay, so I think this train approaching is bound for New Rochelle. Yeah, but I definitely got to give it to the developers of Train Sim World. This route, as well as the Long Island Railroad route, definitely good candidates for the simulator. Good performance overall. Definitely better performance than Train Sim 2019. I will say that. Okay, so we're approaching Harold Interlocking now. Okay, so now we're in Sunnyside, Queens. Oh, you can see the Freedom Tower in the distance. Oh, cool. Let me bring the speed down a bit. Oh. I'm gonna prepare to turn off automatic train control. And let me turn off the LIRR. Let's operate at 40 miles an hour. Better yet, let me go at 30 miles an hour. Okay, so we are here at New York Penn Station. Okay, about a minute and a half late. That's not too bad. Okay, so that completes it for this journey. So I'm gonna close the, actually let me close the windows. Let me exit the train and let's close the door. And we are pretty much done with this run. So let's go to the to our destination over here. Let's go to the stairs. And we're done. So overall, I'd say that was a pretty good run. Nice and smooth. We were consistent overall. Yes, overall my score for this run, I'd say I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10. My reason for 9.5 on this route is because one, overall the detail is great, and you know, it's a pretty good distance overall, but I would definitely like to see this route extended to at least Boston or maybe perhaps Washington. Washington to Boston. If this DLC gets extended, I will definitely give this a better score. But overall, as a starter for the DLC of this route, I would say it's a good start, but definitely this could be extended. All right, guys, so that completes it for tonight's run. Stay tuned for more gameplay videos soon.